right, welcome back to the Azure Log Analytics series. So in this video, we are going to be talking a little bit more about cost. I want to show you exactly how you can go about saving costs and doing things like price and tiers. And then finally, we'll end off with some alerting. I will have a more in-depth video about alerting, but we're going to kind of broach the conversation with this video. Okay, so as you see on your screen, I said we're talking about cost. We're going to be talking about price and tiers in Log Analytics Workspace. So the price and tier determines how you're charged for data ingestion and retention in your Log Analytics Workspace. So there is by default tier, the pay as you go. So build based on the volume of data ingested per gig, ideal for flexible usage. Then there's commitment tier, prepay for a fixed daily volume. So let's just say 100 gigs, cost effective for high or predictable usage. Then there's free tier legacy, which is limited ingestion, no SLA, not recommended for production. Just so you know, if you do make a change in your tier, you have to wait about 30 days to now modify that. So I'm going to show you exactly where you go for the price and tiers in Log Analytics. So back over at the Azure portal, I'm going to click on our demo Log Analytics, and I'm going to come over here to usage and cost. So as you can see here, it gives you some information. It says your Log Analytics cost depends on your choice of price and tier, data retention, and which solutions are used. Here you can see the estimated monthly data ingestion cost for each of the available price and tiers based on your last 31 days of Log Analytics data ingestion. These cost estimates can be used to help you select the best pricing tier based on your data ingestion. So it gives you a little bit of information so you could kind of make a educated determination, right? So it says recommended tier, and this is what I'm at right now, is you pay as you go. This is your current pricing over here. Now, if I were to come to any of these, I could jump to this 100 gig one and I could hit select, right? So if I were to select this one, it gives me a message that says commitment tier pricing has a 31-day commitment period during which workspaces cannot be moved to a lower commitment or any consumption tier. So I'm actually going to cancel out of this. I'm not going to do any kind of consumption tier because obviously this is only for a demo lab, but I definitely wanted you to see how this Log Analytics Workspace, how you could change your pricing tiers. Now, if you know on average you start off pay as you go and you're like, all right, we're doing about 85 gigs or 120 gigs or whatever the case of ingestion, then you might want to do a recommended tier, because with the recommended tier, you can now save yourself some money. See, it says 15% discount over pay as you go. So it's just, understanding your history of your ingestion, how much gigs you take in, so that this way you can move forward. You could go ahead and still ingest that same data, but at a lower cost. So the next thing I want to talk about is the daily cap. So the daily cap lets you limit how much data is ingested into your workspace per day. You can set it in gigs per day. It helps control unexpected costs. When the cap is reached, ingestion stops for the day. Existing data and queries are still accessible. Use cautiously because cap and ingestion may cause loss of important logs during high activity periods. So if you put a daily cap and you say my daily cap is 50 gigs and you hit 51 gigs, or once you hit 50 gigs, I should say, then guess what? Anything after that will not be ingested. It will stop, right? So you want to be very careful with this daily cap because you may be causing you to lose out on some stuff that's going to make you non-compliant, and then you'll be hit with probably a hefty fine. Okay, so back over at the Log Analytics Workspace, we are still in the same area. I'm going to hit on daily cap, and this is where you can set your daily cap. You can control your cost by applying a cap of the amount of data that you collect per day, tables in the auxiliary table. So I can turn this on and I can say, hey, what's my cap? And I can say, 5 gigs, right? So I can put down 5 gigs, or let me just put down a gig, because I want to make sure that I'm not taking in any crazy cost. I'll leave it as 5. All right, and I just click OK. So now my daily cap is 5 gigs. Now, the thing is, if you're probably wondering, well, now I have a daily cap, and if it hits, I wouldn't know because I'm off doing some type of other work or I'm in a meeting. How would you know about the daily cap? So over here, down in alerts, it still thinks I'm doing the recommended pay as you go. right, so over here, down in alerts, I'm just going to ignore that one. I think that was because of my, I didn't choose a different pricing tier. So let me just make sure that that's all set. Let me come back over here to my usage and cost and daily cap. I have it still there. That is fine. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is come back down here and I'm going to go to my alerts. And now if I wanted to have an alert on that daily cap so I know what's happening, I can go to alert rules and I can set up an alert rule. But then over here, they have set up recommended alerts. And I didn't have to go that far. I just wanted to show you. I could just came right here and set up recommended alerts. And there is an alert right here which says data ingestion has reached a daily cap, right? And you see it says alert rule name, data ingestion had daily rule cap, and tells you the Log Analytics Workspace name. I could change this if I want to, so I can take this out. And I could say testing for YouTube video. Doesn't really matter. I just want to let you know that you can change that. I like the name that it has. Severity, I can put it to number 2. I can change it to error, critical, but you know, warning is perfectly fine. I could turn that on right there. And see right here, I have notified by email, Azure Resource Manager role, or whatever the case may be, or use an existing action group. I will leave it the way it is, and I'll click save. And now I have an alert to let me know when I reach my daily cap, and that also makes sure that I do not incur any extra cost that I do not want to have. All right, so let's talk about some best practices when it comes to cost. So one, use commitment tiers and ingest in large, consistent log volumes. 2, set alerts instead of a hard cap to monitor usage without losing data. And 3 is use data collection rules to filter and control ingestion volume. So remember the data collection rules, you can do transformation on the data. So this way you're not pulling in all types of information that you don't need, and you're only taking in the logs that you really care about. So I want to thank you all for watching this video. That is a wrap for this cost management video for Azure Log Analytics. If you haven't done so already, please smash that like and subscribe button. Also, I'd like to hear from you in the comments. Let me know exactly how you feel about this series. I have a lot of other videos on YouTube as well, so feel free to browse around on my Cloud Scholars page. And if there's any video that you're trying to see, or if there's a topic that you're inquiring about, you can reach out to me at cloudscholarslearning@gmail.com. And if you're inquiring about any type of consultation, you can reach out to me at cloudscholarslearning@gmail.com as well. So I want to thank you again for watching this video. My name is Kieran Tross. My goal here is to get you from scholar to consultant, and of course, consultant to expert. Thank you, and see you next time.